The new facility will actually double ULA's production, which means more Vulcan rockets for future missions. A simple phone call, it has taken thousands of dollars from several elderly people. 35% are actually proficient in science, but there is one subject that students are really struggling with, and that is math.
This mission is meant to test the entire system, but also the Orion capsule and the heat shield that's located right there. TSA officers have even found weapons disguised as everyday items, like this phone that's actually a stun gun and a Sharpie that's actually a knife.
Why is it so important? Well, the more qualified parents that fill out the form, the more money your school district will get. The valve that was supposed to maintain the pressure inside the container malfunctioned, and that pressure just kept building up until the cap popped off. Most kids have a phone or a tablet that gives them access to social media.
Whether it's Snapchat,
Facebook, Instagram,
or TikTok.
Right now, it's only illegal to text and drive here in Alabama, but this new bill that was just introduced would make it so that you wouldn't be able to physically hold your phone when you are behind the wheel. Unfortunately, within the last few minutes, we just learned that a second person has now died after this wreck off Jordan Lane near Bob Wallace Avenue. We can now actually show you the wreck itself because Huntsville police say that they did notify the family. I'm going to go ahead and step behind the camera to give you guys a look at what I was describing earlier today. Here is just one of the cars involved in that wreck. As you can see, the total front of it is unrecognizable. It used to be a car, now just metal, and this is just some of the damage caused. You can see officers still at the scene clearing all the debris that's been on the roadway. They're slowly but surely getting this roadway cleared to get it back open, and there is a second car. If you bear with me, I'm going to lift my camera to show you guys that second car that was involved, that SUV. The front of it also heavily damaged. We do know that there was a third person involved in this wreck, and we do know that their injuries are serious, but they are expected to be okay. But as of now, the latest update that we just got from officers at the scene is that there are now 2 people dead. Huntsville police did notify the family. We are working to learn the names of the 2 people who did die at the scene. And once again, this is off Jordan Lane near Bob Wallace Avenue, where that neighborhood Walmart is. This area is still closed off as they are clearing all the debris, and will remain closed off until then. And we'll keep you updated as soon as this roadway is back open. Reporting live in Huntsville, Torres-Perez, Way 31 News.
It's a huge weight lifted off of our shoulders.
A bittersweet moment as the Reisner family sees the Sergeant Nick Reisner Act unanimously pass the Alabama House and Senate.
I think so much good's going to come out of it, just knowing that no other family's ever going to have to go through this again.
The amended bill says that if a person kills someone with a deadly weapon, they would not be eligible for Alabama's good time law. That same law, which rewards an inmate's good behavior with a shorter sentence, allowed Sergeant Nick Reisner's accused killer, Brian Martin, to be released after serving 3 years of his 10-year prison sentence.
Could have been prevented, if this law would have been in effect 7 months ago.
I sat with the family as they anxiously waited for the vote. They've been waiting for this moment for weeks as the bill was stalled in a Senate committee. I called state lawmakers to push for answers as to why it was taking so long. Then it passed out of committee and was on the floor for a vote the next day.
There's no way we could have got this far without you.
The family is thankful for everyone who played a role in passing this bill. On the same day, Sergeant Nick Reisner was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor, Alabama's highest law enforcement award.
He's our hero.
But the family says knowing that no other family will have to go through their pain and suffering makes this bill
worth it.
And if Nick were here today, reporting in Montgomery,
I can see him now. He's here.
Dancing, singing. Like, I've got something named after me.
I did that.
Alex Torres-Perez, Way 31 News. Music can make you feel a wide variety of emotions, from sadness and anger to happiness. And for one local musician, that's what music is all about.
Music saved my life so many times. It was that safe haven
through everything I've ever gone through, everything I've ever felt, there was always a song for something.
Now Taylor Grace gets to create those songs for other people.
We all know how the story goes, and all she knows is all she knows, and her tears flow.
Music is now her way of living. She's even collaborated with big names like Angela Hacker and James LeBlanc. But it all started in a small music studio inside Florence High School.
It's familiar. This is where I learned how to sing into a microphone correctly, or how you mix things on a board, or how to play a 4-on-the-floor drum beat.
She says the studio was her safe haven, and when she returned for the first time in 7 years,
it's still that magical. It's cool that it still has that magic in it too.
Taylor Grace now hopes other kids at the studio see that dreams of creating music do come true, and that they work hard to accomplish their own dreams.
Don't let other people affect how you feel about what you do. If you like what you do, keep doing it. If you have faith in this dream of yours, keep doing it. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. I had more people against me than for me, and I did it anyways. You just do it anyways.
Reporting in Florence, Torres-Perez, Way 31 News. It is just a sea of blue lights as the Huntsville Police Department gathers outside the Huntsville emergency room to show their support. I mean, take a look behind me. It is just officers everywhere, and there have been officers coming in and out of that lobby. They are just hugging each other, supporting each other during this difficult time. They were praying earlier, and we do know right now that in the next 10 minutes, we are expecting to hear an update on the condition of those officers. But for now, we know that both those officers are inside fighting for their lives right now. As I mentioned, these officers have been here all evening long. The mood out here is honestly very somber. I was at the scene earlier today, and it's just a very serious case, because whenever any of these Huntsville police officers are hurt, the support just comes outpouring. And as you can see here, very active scene, and these officers are probably going to be here all night long as we wait to learn more information about how they're doing. And I know local leaders are also out here just trying to show their support as well. Reporting live in Huntsville, Torres-Perez, Way 31 News. Attorneys of Nigel Shelby's family say that bullying has been an ongoing and continuing issue at Huntsville City Schools for the last 4 years. And now though no amount of money can bring Nigel back, the family hopes that this settlement brings enough changes to save another student's life.
He was such a young man, such a vibrant young man.
Nigel Shelby is described as someone who was funny, compassionate, and loved to help others. He was also gay, making him victim of bullies.
He knew who he was, but he was unaccepted by others.
Court documents say Nigel didn't feel safe at Huntsville High School because of the constant harassment.
They would suggest to Nigel that he should probably just kill himself and things of that nature.
And on April 18, 2019, Nigel took his own life. He did try to get help and told school administrators about the bullying and his suicidal thoughts several times. But the family's attorney says he wasn't taken seriously.
At one point, one of the school administrators indicated to Nigel and a friend of his that he should probably just dance to some black music, because that would make him feel better. And also suggested to him that the harassment he was experiencing was the price that he was going to have to pay for being gay. We disagreed with that.
That's why the Shelby family fought for 4 long years to make systemic changes.
They knew when they wanted us to handle this case that nothing about the judicial system was going to be able to bring Nigel back. Their focus was on trying to make sure that other families did not suffer the same type of horrific circumstances that they've gone through.
To do that, Huntsville City Schools agreed to update their reporting procedures to allow students and parents to more easily report harassment. Outside agencies will also provide training to teachers and administrators on how to recognize and handle harassment. A new electronic system will be set up to keep track of reports, and annual surveys will be conducted to see if the school district is making improvements.
There are going to be more eyes looking at what's going on. There are going to be more individuals that are going to be involved in outcome interpretation.
Allowing Nigel to leave a legacy of helping others be themselves without being judged.
His death, although tragic, has resulted in something that is good, something that will benefit other students, something that will make our community better.
Now, it is important to note that just because this lawsuit was settled does not mean that Huntsville City Schools admitted to any wrongdoing, rather that they just came to an agreement with Nigel Shelby's family. Huntsville City Schools Superintendent Christy Finley said, quote, "While we understand nothing can replace the life of a student, it is our hope that the settlement will bring a sense of peace and closure for all involved." Now, if Huntsville City Schools fails to implement any of these changes, they could be fined for breaching the contract. Reporting live in Huntsville, Torres-Perez, Wait 31 News.